Boo! Hi, guys. Relax, guys. It's just me, little old Ellie. As you know, Halloween's fast approaching, so I'm going to be doing a little bit more with Halloween. Now, a friend of mine's already doing something with monster movies on posting about what she's watching on Facebook, or what she's watching to Facebook. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to be doing something a little different from now on with certain things, and then some other things with Halloween related stuff, even through after Halloween. Starting with let me turn that lower instead. If you guys don't recognize that, that is, well, maybe I should go to. If you guys don't know what that is Yu-Gi-Oh! The first well, I should say series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme songs. Now, I will be posting this to Facebook, so I'm hoping a couple of the people, certain people will notice. I actually have a few friends, as well as there's probably other people who are interested in this. I'm gonna start talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit more. Now that Pokemon X and Y's come out. Mainly I'm going to talk about things from the TV series. I've seen the first 3 of the series characters. I have sadly not seen Zexal yet. So once I watch that, then any of it I will talk about. But until then, I hope you'll start first old news. I'll also talk about different card decks, whether it's by the theme, which is like their element, or by the groups they're in, like such as Maldosh, Six Samurai, Gishki, and etc. I'll try to be as accurate as I can. I'll try to maybe even talk about band lists if I can find them, and maybe get some information from others that know a lot more than I do. Now, to follow that, with the Halloween theme, I will also be talking about... Geez, this is more wind than thunder. Forget it. Speaking of Halloween, I'll also be talking about a lot with Halloween, which now it'll also go with the next topic, which I'll be mentioning. Right now I'm going to talk about different kinds of monsters or creatures that, even of a myth and fairy tale, that relate to Halloween and even past that, because there's also holidays that relate to creatures that aren't just in October. Now, speaking of monsters, I bet you girls are really gonna love this.
Catty Noir here, your favorite monster pop star.
That was the new song from Monster High, We Are Monster High, sung by Catty Noir, with one of the famous characters from Monster High. She's not a well-known character, but she's a celebrity in their story. I'm gonna also start talking a little bit more about Monster High characters, as well as the movies, and maybe try to give out some information about the list, webisode lists for you guys who are interested, who can go on to monsterhigh.com. Now, I know sometimes they're it can be very frustrating, because some of them, you need a certain computer web program to work with it sometimes. Like, I couldn't do it for a long time until I got it working here. And then also actually about Ever After High a little bit more, because turns out those two are not just related because they're Mattel and the creators of Monster High, but they actually intertwine, which is what my first episode is going to be talking about. I was able to watch 13 Wishes, sadly just through a YouTube thing, and it wasn't a good feature because it wasn't showing the clear thing, but right now, most of the time no one can do that with Monster High because it's hard to buy it. download it onto a computer and put the proper things. Now you can do clips and like trailers and all that, but sadly not the I'm just gonna let this song go, keep going. I don't know what goes on with that. So, but I have it also requested through my library so I can watch it again a little bit better than this, so I can look at the better features. Now, the last movie they just came out with, Monster High 13 Wishes, which just came out on DVD just recently, actually involves Ever After High. Now, people have already said this, so it's like, I'm just going to repeat it because, for the information-wise, when in the movie Halloween gets herself into detention, along with a bunch of the Monster High main characters. And she happens, as they're going through this attic to clean up, which is part of the detention, we're also going to be, they pass a giant hat, which could look like the Mad Hatter's hat. One of the old Mad Hatter. Now it's Maddie Hatter. She has a teacup, not a hat. As well as an apple in a kind of a jar, kind of like from Beauty and the Beast, but it's an apple instead of a rose. So that could be the apple that poisons Snow White.
Tell me that's not the cat's meow. We're still looking for some awesome talent to star in the new Monster High music video. And since practice makes perfect, you better get started. Hey, ghouls.
Okay, I didn't realize that was for 10 minutes. I thought it was a 10-minute long video. Anyway, and then they also go, once you fast forward through a part, they find a storybook about how Gigi and her shadow self Wisp, or shadow friend Wisp, came to be, how Wisp came to be. And they talk about the Brothers Grimm. And actually they show a little story also shows flashback drawing pictures, and actually shows one of the Brothers Grimm, who actually is the one who can only speak in Riddlish, which is what Maddie Hatter can speak, and the one who's banned, was forced into the old library or something like that from Ever After High. So maybe we'll be seeing some other stuff. After all, they did talk about do 3 fairy tale characters from for Monster High doll collection, which is Threaderella, the Cinderella, Snowbite, which is Snow White, and then Little Red Riding Hood, which is kind of, I don't know if they completely went with that because the dead part, but as Little Red Riding Hood, which is Threaderella is Frankie, Snowbite is Dracula, and Claudine's Little Red Riding Hood. And so maybe we might see something, not in the near future, because their next video is going to be about Fred's Camera Action. Is called Fred's Camera Action, and it's going to be going kind of with the Hollywood theme, which some stuff eventually goes into. We get to see one of Claudine, Howleen, and Claude's siblings, Claudia, I believe her name is, which we do get to see a picture of her in 13 Wishes, and she's the werewolf with the blonde hair. We're also going to be seeing some new characters, Honey Swamp, which is supposed to be like a swamp monster of some sort, like a specific actual character, specific actual creature, like it's not just a regular swamp monster. A Vampire Queen, and a couple of others. I have to still look, but the trailer, a thing of the trailer where Dracula is talking about it is on YouTube. Now that's supposed to come out in 2014. Now I don't know when exactly. I'm guessing probably in the early summer. I'm guessing, because they usually do like maybe two videos, DVDs a year or so, depending on how long it takes to make. Now when they first started, they had the intro. Monster had an intro, which is like introducing everyone, which was the first time they used this 3D thing. Now they're not the only ones who have done this. Now that Wingset did this for their last season with the Sirenics, now they also do it in 3D. But theirs is probably a little bit different animation wise, but still it's a 3D like animation. Even though you're not wearing the glasses, it's still better than what I'm wearing them. Then they did Why Do Ghouls Fall in Love and Friday Night Frights. one is kind of was featured probably around Valentine's Day or early summer as the first one, and then Friday Night Frights later on, which is basically about a roller skating, which is kind of like a, what's that one? I didn't get to watch it, but it was like this roller skating movie. I mean, like the roller skate, there's a girl, I think maybe from Juno in it. I'm not sure. I didn't get to see it, so I don't know. And then eventually they go into Ghouls Rule, which is the big first feature-length film they did, and it was a good movie. I own that one, and I'm really glad because it kind of showed all the Monster High doesn't just show about girls and their lives. They also, it shows about girls' lives, but they also show about like what can really happen. They've had a couple of regular webisodes where they've talked about bullying or like being nice to, like treating others with respect. I don't know if they're still on the website, but they do talk about it, and I'm actually glad for that. They've even introduced a couple of different characters. One named Grimly Ann. I wish I could remember what she was famous for in that. And usually when they do a famous, they usually twist stuff around, whether it's just the places like London. I don't remember what they called it instead, but Hauntlywood instead of Hollywood, which is in the Frights Camera Action. But they also do with famous people. Now I don't know if Katie Noor is supposed to be Katy Perry or something, but I'm hoping that I don't know, and hopefully I'll see something about the characters, like if they've changed famous people's names. Because I've also seen the Dr. Hooves thing go with that too, where they do, like Dr. Frankenstein is Dr. Frankenhooves or Stallion or something. Yeah, Dr. Frankenstallion. In that. And I'm almost running out of time. Anyway, and then this is their new feature. Then they've done 13 Wishes, and now they're doing this one, which is Frights Camera Action, which will be coming out in 2014. Now I'm hoping to get to see that once it does, or at least see it on Nickelodeon. Now I didn't get to see 13 Wishes sadly because I just missed it, like I don't know, by a week or something, because I have homework, of course. So that was sad, but I'm glad I got to finally see it, because there's a long waiting list for the library, like 20 people, and there's only 7 DVDs. So once this Frights Camera Action comes in, actually gets on DVD, I'm hoping that I can get it quicker, like be one of the first ones to request it. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Like I said, I'm gonna be looking up info. Now I still have school, I still have work to do, but I'll try to do it in between, like my other episodes when I don't have anything to talk about, like the RWBY episode I do on Fridays, or my soon Drama All Stars episode, which is gonna probably premiere maybe Thursday. I don't know, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I still have to watch that recent episode. And I did also watch Korra, but right now I'm not going to talk about it because I'm still in shock. Now, if any of you have seen the last episode of Korra, I'm not surprised if you guys are in shock either. So that's about it for this episode. Again, I will talk about Total Drama and Korra very soon, probably around after this last episode, the next episode premieres, probably. Probably sometime during next week is when I'll start doing more of this new stuff, or maybe even this weekend. It all depends on what's going on with my schedule. Now except for the RWBY, everything else is just play by ear. Now it seems I just try to do RWBY every Friday, or around Fridays when I can. If not, then... But anyway, that's about it. Like I said, that's about it for this episode. Talk to you ghouls and guys later. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time or later. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys want me to talk about. I really do want to listen. I know that people sometimes will like my videos but not comment, or they'll start saying negative comments. So I understand the constructive criticism, but make sure you're appropriate with your constructive criticism. But it doesn't, just because I get bad news doesn't mean I don't want to hear the good news. or good views or any suggestions. Because I don't care if people don't like how I'm doing this, but I am willing to talk about stuff, even if it's something I'm not familiar with, and I can try to read up on it, watch it, listen to it, and try to talk about it more. I know a few people do watch my videos, and so I'm hoping that people still do. Anyway, this is Ellie signing off. Bye.